So the next article I wanted to talk about involves Rick Wiles. He's a pastor, and I've talked about him a couple of times before. You guys may or may not have heard of him. He lives in Florida, and he, for all intents and purposes, runs a megachurch. It's a pretty big deal. So let's read this article about who he is, and then we'll watch a video about him. On his television program on Friday, End Times broadcaster Rick Wiles reported that his fringe news outlet, True News, has been invited by the White House to cover President Trump's planned trip to Switzerland to attend the World Economic Forum. Quote, "Your True News team will be in the World Economic Forum starting Tuesday," Wiles announced. "We were officially invited by the White House to cover President Trump's speech to the assembled globalists. Now, we did not seek to go to this global event. It was the White House that invited us at the last minute." I guess he has to make it clear to his listeners and his congregation that he's not a fellow globalist. He's not in cahoots with aforementioned globalists. Let's keep reading. Wiles is a radical conspiracy theorist who spent the Obama administration claiming that Barack Obama was literally demon-possessed and a devil from hell who spiritually sodomized the nation in his role as the head of a modern-day Nazi regime that sought to round up patriotic men and seize their homes so they could be given to illegal immigrants. I don't even know where to start with this dude. At least we can say he believes that Obama was demon-possessed versus Mark Taylor believing that Biden is a literal demon in human skin. When I talk about Kenneth Copeland being a literal demon, I'm obviously joking. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in that shit anyways. I think he's possibly mentally ill and has had way too much plastic surgery, but I don't think he's an actual demon. The idea that somebody would believe that somebody is a literal demon in all seriousness, unironically, is unhinged. In contrast, Wiles has been a vocal supporter of Donald Trump from the very beginning of his presidential campaign and has repeatedly called for Trump's critics to be rounded up and imprisoned. These people do not care about democracy anymore. The mask is off. There's no faking this anymore. These people want a dictatorship, full stop, because they know that they're perfectly positioned to be in power when that dictator takes control of things. There is nothing left of the concept of forbearance anymore in this country. So Rick Wiles put out a clip recently talking about this new law in Florida that's basically expanding the Stand Your Ground law. The new Stand Your Ground law is pretty dystopian and disturbing. For those of you who may be unaware, the Stand Your Ground law is basically what allowed the confrontation to take place between Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin forever ago, whenever that happened, I think 2014. And it allowed Zimmerman to come out of it with no criminal charges, just a clean record. So needless to say, the expansion of the Stand Your Ground law will inevitably lead to ugliness. So let's see what Rick Wiles has to say about this expansion.
Come on, left. We're going to meet you in the streets this time. You know what they're doing here in Florida? The governor wants a bill passed in Florida to empower citizens to shoot and kill looters and rioters. Yes, sir. Get it done, Governor. The people are with you. We're going to defend this state of Florida.
Well, obviously not all the people are with him. This should be disturbing to anybody. This is straight up wrong. Listen to this guy. He should be on a watch list if he isn't already.
We're not going to put up with this stuff anymore. The left, you better pack up and flee. You better, if you're part of this communist revolution, lefties, you better get out of the country. If we find out you're a part of the communist revolution, we're coming after you. All right? I don't care. FBI, put my name down on the list. Go ahead and do it. Do it. I don't care.
This is supposed to be a Christian pastor. This guy leads a megachurch. Is this disturbing to anybody else? If a Muslim was saying things like this, we would call it what it is. How can he get away with this? without being imprisoned over it. Seriously. We have a problem in this country that's going to have to be resolved. These people are what you'd call majority groups, or they're not minority groups at least. Even if they are technically in the minority, they control things. They are in power right now. Just like rich people, for example. They are a minority technically, but they are in control. They have the most power out of anybody. Just because a group is small doesn't necessarily mean that they are a minority group. This guy is in power. Christian nationalism is taking over right now, and he's loving every minute of it. I do hope he's on an FBI watch list. And based on what the FBI has been investigating recently, I suspect he probably is. But we cannot let this kind of thing go unchecked. We have to do something about this, or it's just going to get worse.